Hi, Kate Adair, costume designer.
Kate Adair is our costume designer, and she's one of my favorite people associated with the production.
The most fabulous Kate Adair.
Kate is just the greatest lady.
The brilliant Kate Adair.
Kate has to serve a lot of masters and has to juggle a lot of things, and she just does a beautiful job.
Sister Mary is parked on Wisteria Lane, wearing dark sunglasses.
With her little veil on
Yeah, no
and
dark
shades.
No dark glasses.
The dark glasses are going away. I trained in England, and I trained classically, and I had a wonderful professor who said you always start with what's on the page. And Mark and his writers have a wonderful ability to tell me so much about the characters with what they put on the page.
She really helps define these characters every single week. The clothes she puts them in, the look that she's designed for our show, it's a huge part of what America tunes in for.
So that's one of the lovely pieces with my job, is that they're all so different. And so the shopping challenges and the sketching challenges and the building and the making and the designing, all of those challenges change continuously.
The most fun about dressing Edie is that Kate and I will go out shopping together and maybe stop and have a margarita along the way. She's gonna kill me for that. Okay, she's having a Coca-Cola and I'm having a margarita.
We were in Nicolette's trailer and we were going through all her changes. And then she said, very whimsically, Kate, I'd like a polka dot dress.
And the next thing I knew, she had this bolt of fabulous polka dotted fabric in my trailer and was asking me if I liked it, and I loved it.
And I sat down in her trailer with a pencil and did some thumbnail sketches for her.
And she whipped together the most fabulous little form-fitting, flirty polka dot number.
I love dressing Edie.
Carl is about to pop the question.
How could you not do a wonderful red dress for Edie on Valentine's Day? It just makes sense. Again, I asked the workroom at Universal to make this in about a day. They did a remarkable job.
If you'll excuse me, I'm going back to my table and getting engaged. Unfortunately, there isn't enough time in the show for her to actually design and make as many of the clothes as she'd like to, and she's damn good at it.
There are pieces that just speak to you for the character, and I just stop and go, that is absolutely quintessential Gabrielle.
Kate Adair does all the wardrobe, and I just put it on if it's in my trailer. How do I look? Positively glowing.
Carlos is in prison. Gabrielle's coming to visit him every day.
I don't think a conjugal visit is such a ridiculous request.
A prison riot breaks out. I thought it needed something special, so I talked to her about it and I said, I'd like to design something and have it made for this particular scene. She said, great, fine. I showed her the fabric, I showed her the thumbnail, and we decided that we wanted it to have a little bit of a vintage nod with the little jacket that went over the top. As they were making it, I went by and I went, you know, it needs a hat. So I called Louise Green, who's a wonderful milliner, and she made the hat for me. So then we found these little Charles Davids. Had the flowers on them and everything. We were very excited. Well, Eva comes to the set and she doesn't want to wear a hat that day. No, I don't want to wear a hat. I don't want to wear a hat. Well, we talked her into the hat.
You want me to just stop everything so you can have a booty call?
Excuse me, we're husband and wife. We make love. It is a very sacred covenant.
I was really involved in the first season of the dressing of Lynette because, you know, I'm a mom, and I knew that, you know, you wear your big pants because you haven't gotten back to your pre-pregnancy weight. And then this year, when I went back to work, Kate Adair said, all right, dear, now let's dress you up.
I said, okay, Felicity, let's make you glamorous, let's make it strong, let's make it determined, and let's make it beautiful. Of course, they didn't tell me at the beginning of the season that there was going to be a whole storyline about her not dressing very well, and frankly, she was already looking fantastic.
Lynette, you'll be on point.
Great, great, no problem.
And can you do me a favor and maybe not wear the green suit?
Now let's dress you up.
I said, okay, Felicity, let's make you glamorous, let's make it strong, let's make it determined, and let's make it beautiful. Of course, they didn't tell me at the beginning of the season that there was going to be a whole storyline about her not dressing very well, and frankly, she was already looking fantastic.
Lynette, you'll be on point.
Great, great, no problem.
And can you do me a favor and maybe not wear the green suit?
I wasn't planning to, but Why?
The fabric, it just has this quality to it. Like you could, I don't know, wipe it clean with a damp cloth.
I'll just wear a different suit then.
Great.
So when that storyline came along about her suits being a little tired, we both went, oh. So we realized that really the only way to go was to introduce another color. And we brainstormed a bunch of things. I don't know whether it was she who came up with white or I did. But between us, we knew that was definitely what we needed to do. We went running onto the set. We found out how many hours we had. I'm on the phone driving into Beverly Hills, calling everybody we know, saying we need a white suit. And as I was pulling into Beverly Hills, Leo at Armani Emporio called me and said, I think I may have what you're looking for, Kate.
Look at me. Watch. I don't walk in it. I glide.
Leapt back in the car, drove back. They pulled her off the set during a lighting setup, ran her into her trailer, had the tailor standing by, threw her into the outfits. It's the only piece all season we didn't alter on anybody. It's the only piece of its kind that literally, she put it on, she did a spin, she looked at herself in the mirror in her trailer. We decided to do the red underneath because we wanted the maximum contrast. And she said, Kate, this is it. And less than an hour later, she had it on camera.
Oh, that's a fantastic suit. Oh, thanks.
Who knew there were that many tank tops? I honestly didn't until I discovered the character of Susan and wanted something that was sexy, something that was practical, something that looked like somebody who could be at home at their artist table and then leap in the car and go off and still look cute and together.
Kate usually just puts like 3 pairs of jeans and 5 tops in my trailer, and I just pick what I want. We're off and running.
Zach, Zach, don't run away!
The thing that makes Kate, so great is that idea to bring the art, to bring Susan's illustration as her career and her already sort of quirky side into her wardrobe.
Oh, no, stop right there.
This was a very pretty Diane von Furstenberg that I found, again, quite early in the season. I loved the colors. It had these beautiful smoky colors that look so great on Susan.
Let's just do this. And then I'll have a husband and insurance and nobody gets hurt.
And I had it hidden away, and then they came up with the lovely scene where she's desperate for the operation, and so she tries to go into the arranged marriage with the friend from Edie's office, and it falls apart.
I'm so sorry. My hands are tied. I'm really sorry.
Stephen, wait.
When I first started working with Bree, a lot of Bree's look came out of the character's need to try and do it right. If I put on the tidy shirt and the nice V-neck sweater and the sensible skirt or the sensible pair of slacks and the beautiful shoe and the nice purse, all will be well with the world. My world won't fall apart.
I think we worked hard, especially in the beginning, to make sure it wasn't just sweater sets. I'd say it's a collaboration, with Kate having the talent and me having I needed to feel like that, I'm sort of the vague, and then she sort of solidifies it into, reality.
I bet the guys go crazy with your whole classy, repressed thing you got going on, huh? I mean, your skin has, no pores.
Bree is definitely crisp. Although she has been a little more frayed around the edges, I think, this season. Poor Bree has been through an awful lot.
For instance, in that George dying scene, she said, I want to wear white. I want it to be sort of like the angel of death. She searched high and low to get me the perfect dress.
And we found this wonderful Dina Burrell dress. And the fact that it tied at the back with these chiffon pieces that moved was just right. The director for this particular episode loves green, and she loves the green on Marsha with her red hair. And she and I both had this sort of idea of that sort of grown-up Alice in Wonderland lost in the department store in the middle of the night image. And then when it was very close to being finished, I realized I wanted it to twinkle. So we called Swarovski Crystal, and they FedExed to me a whole battery of crystals in different sizes. And then we hand glued all these little Swarovski crystals into the skirt. And this is just see-through enough that when it's lit right, you can see them twinkling underneath.
That's just one of a gajillion, examples of how she will, go to any length to find, the right thing to wear.
If I'm able to inspire people to look at themselves differently, to say, gosh, I can dress in a stylish, sexy, upbeat, different sort of way. I don't have to sort of look at a line on the wall and say, gosh, I've stepped over the boundaries of being 30 or 40, and know that it isn't just on Rodeo. I go to Kmart and I go to Target, and I love secondhand stores, and we do hit the swap meets, and we do hit the sale racks. I hope in that regard we've inspired people to say, go out and have fun with how you dress.
Oh my God.
Okay, don't be distracted by that. Look at me. Here I am tomorrow, making my presentation. You see?
Mark's created an amazing world in Wisteria Lane, and staying true to that and still keeping it